Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today, we will dive deep into the dramatic twists and turns unfolding in Port Charles, focusing on Tracy Quartermain's intriguing request to Jason Morgan and the hidden secrets surrounding Brook Lynn Chase's past. Prepare for a roller coaster of emotions as we explore long-buried family truths, unexpected alliances, and the moral dilemmas that threaten to unravel relationships. Let's unpack the latest developments with fresh perspectives and added layers of complexity to this gripping storyline. Tracy Quartermain's mysterious request. In the heart of Port Charles, whispers of clandestine plans echo through the Quartermain mansion as Tracy Quartermain seeks out Jason Morgan for a highly sensitive task. Known for her sharp mind and unrelenting determination, Tracy's priorities are often unpredictable, but this time, her focus seems to steer away from her usual vendettas. While longtime fans might speculate that Tracy could be plotting against Sonny Corinthos, it's far more likely that her request is tied to a deeply personal matter, the child Brook Lynn Chase gave up for adoption years ago. Tracy, with her protective instincts as a grandmother, might see Jason as the perfect confidant and operative to unearth the truth about this lost family member. Adding a new twist to this plot, imagine Tracy's urgency is fueled by a recent health scare, prompting her to ensure that no family ties remain severed before it's too late. Her request to Jason could be laced with vulnerability, a rare glimpse into the softer side of the typically stoic matriarch, as she pleads for his discretion and expertise in tracking down this child. Jason Morgan's ethical dilemma. Jason Morgan, ever the loyal yet conflicted figure in Port Charles, finds himself at a crossroads with Tracy's plea. While he's no stranger to handling delicate situations, this mission strikes a personal chord. Sources suggest that Jason might enlist the tech-savvy Damian Spinelli to assist in the search, leveraging Spinelli's knack for uncovering hidden data. However, Jason isn't one to act recklessly, especially when family dynamics are at play. Picture Jason setting a firm condition before proceeding. He insists on gaining Brook Lynn's explicit consent to search for her child. This stipulation adds a layer of tension, as Brook Lynn's emotions about her past decision are raw and unresolved. Furthermore, let's imagine Jason grappling with an internal conflict should he inform Sonny Corinthos, the child's grandfather, about this search. Sonny's volatile nature and unpredictable reactions could complicate matters, especially given his tumultuous history with Brook Lynn's family. Jason's cautious approach might also stem from a newfound protective instinct, perhaps influenced by his own experiences as a father, making him wary of disrupting lives without careful consideration. Brook Lynn's hidden pain and family secrets. Brook Lynn Chase, caught in the storm of this unfolding drama, carries the weight of a decision made in her youth. The revelation of her child's adoption has been a closely guarded secret, one she hasn't even shared with Dante Falconeri, the child's father. Let's deepen this narrative by exploring Brook Lynn's inner turmoil. She might recall the agonizing day she signed the adoption papers, believing it was the best choice for her baby, yet haunted by dreams of reunion. Her hesitation to confront this past is compounded by the fear of Dante's reaction, especially after his recent emotional outbursts. Adding a fresh angle, suppose Brook Lynn has been secretly journaling her thoughts and regrets about her son, a private outlet for her grief that she hides from everyone, including her closest confidants. Her tentative hope to know if her child is safe clashes with the dread of reopening old wounds, creating a poignant emotional arc as she wrestles with whether to allow Jason to proceed with the search. Lulu Spencer's relentless pursuit of truth. Enter Lulu Spencer, a force of nature in Port Charles, who is determined to uncover the truth about Brook Lynn and Dante's son, regardless of the consequences. Lulu's motivations could be layered with a mix of altruism and personal stakes. Perhaps she believes Dante deserves to know his child, but also sees this as a chance to strengthen her bond with him amidst their complicated history. Imagine Lulu conducting her own covert investigation, perhaps partnering with a lesser-known private investigator in town to dig into adoption records. Her disregard for Brook Lynn's wishes adds a fiery dynamic to the storyline, as she bulldozes through boundaries in her quest for transparency. Let's introduce a new element. Lulu stumbles upon a cryptic clue, a photograph from years ago showing a young boy at a local event, eerily resembling Dante. This discovery fuels her obsession, raising the stakes as she races against Jason and Spinelli to reveal the child's identity first. Will Lulu's impulsiveness lead to a premature revelation that shatters the family before they're ready to face the truth? Lois Cerullo's desperate cover-up. Lois Cerullo, Brook Lynn's mother, emerges as a key player in this saga, fiercely protective of the secrets she's harbored for years. It's whispered in Port Charles circles that Lois knows far more than she lets on, including the shocking possibility that Brook Lynn and Dante's son, Giovanni Gio Palmieri, has been closer to home than anyone suspects. Let's expand on Lois's motivations by suggesting she's been orchestrating Joe's life from the shadows, ensuring he attends schools and events far removed from Port Charles to avoid suspicion. Her fear of exposure might drive her to extreme measures. Perhaps she contemplates whisking Gio away to Bensonhurst under the guise of a family emergency, or even forging documents to mislead Brook Lynn into believing her son is overseas and uninterested in reconnecting. Lois's actions paint her as a conflicted figure, torn between her love for her daughter and the web of lies she's spun. Imagine a tense confrontation where Lois pleads with Jason to abandon the search, revealing just enough to hint at her guilt without confessing the full truth. Will her efforts to shield Gio ultimately backfire? The potential revelation and its fallout. As the search intensifies, the question looms: who will uncover the truth about Gio first? Jason and Spinelli with their methodical approach, or Lulu with her relentless drive? Let's envision a dramatic scenario where Jason, after piecing together Spinelli's digital clues, encounters Gio at a local diner, noticing striking similarities to Dante in his mannerisms and smile. This moment could be a turning point, forcing Jason to decide whether to confront Gio directly or consult Sonny first. Meanwhile, Lulu might be on the verge of a public announcement at a Quartermain family gathering, unaware of the emotional havoc it could wreak. Adding a new detail, suppose Gio himself begins to suspect his origins after overhearing cryptic conversations, prompting him to question Lois in a heart-wrenching scene. The potential fallout is immense. Dante's reaction to learning about his son could range from rage to despair, especially given recent tensions in his life. Brook Lynn, too, faces the risk of losing trust among her loved ones if the truth emerges chaotically. Will Jason choose to protect Joe's innocence by delaying the revelation, or will Lulu's actions force the family to confront their past head-on? Next, we will dive deep into the tumultuous drama unfolding in Port Charles as explosive revelations and shocking betrayals take center stage. The latest preview for the week of May 12th to 16th promises jaw-dropping moments that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. With relationships crumbling, hidden schemes surfacing, and custody battles looming, the residents of Port Charles are in for a wild ride. Let's unpack the chaos, explore the intricate dynamics between the characters, and speculate on the dramatic fallout that awaits. A storm brewing in Willow and Michael's fractured marriage. The saga of Willow Corinthos and Michael Corinthos continues to spiral into heartbreaking territory. In a recent episode aired on Friday, May 2nd, tensions reached a boiling point during a fiery altercation between Willow and her longtime confidant, Sasha Corbin. Their heated exchange uncovered a devastating truth. Willow had traveled all the way to a prestigious burn recovery clinic in Germany, hoping to reconnect with her estranged husband, Michael, only to be turned away at the door. The rejection stung deeply, as Willow poured her heart out to Sasha, revealing the raw pain of being denied a chance to mend her broken family. This moment wasn't just a personal blow, it underscored the growing chasm between Willow and Michael, painting a picture of a marriage hanging by a thread amidst secrets and misunderstandings. Sasha, shaken by Willow's emotional recounting, later stumbled upon Jason Morgan in a chance encounter at a local diner. Jason, who had been a steadfast supporter of Willow's efforts to reconcile with Michael, had personally urged her to make the trip to the Baden-Baden facility. When Sasha shared the heartbreaking update that Michael had refused to see Willow, Jason's expression darkened with concern and confusion. Known for his protective instincts and unwavering loyalty to family, Jason is unlikely to let this matter rest. Sources close to the situation speculate that he might reach out to Michael directly via a late-night transatlantic call or even board a private jet for an impromptu visit to Germany. His mission? To uncover why Michael, a devoted father to Wiley and Amelia, would turn away the mother of his children during such a vulnerable time. The stakes are high, and Jason's determination to get answers could set off a chain reaction of explosive confrontations. Unveiling a web of deception, however, the plot thickens with a sinister undercurrent that neither Jason nor Michael may yet be aware of. Unbeknownst to them, Michael did not reject Willow of his own volition. In a shocking twist, it was Drew Kane, a powerful and manipulative figure in Port Charles, who orchestrated this cruel deception. Drew, driven by his own agenda to keep Willow close, secretly paid off a clinic facilitator to lie to her, feeding her the false narrative that Michael wanted nothing to do with her. This calculated move was designed to deepen the rift between the estranged couple, ensuring Willow would lean on Drew for support during her moment of despair. As whispers of Drew's involvement in other shady dealings like his recent entanglement in a ketamine scandal continue to circulate, his actions raise serious questions about his motives and the lengths he's willing to go to secure his place in Willow's life. If Jason uncovers this treachery, the fallout could be catastrophic. Imagine the moment he pieces together the puzzle, realizing that Drew has been pulling strings behind the scenes. The betrayal would not only strain Jason's already tenuous relationship with Drew but also ignite a fierce battle over the safety and well-being of Wiley and Amelia. Both Jason and Michael, as protectors of the Corinthos family legacy, may begin to view Willow's alignment with Drew as a direct threat to the children. Could this lead to a drastic decision to challenge Willow's parental rights? The possibility looms large, especially given Willow's recent choices to prioritize her controversial relationship with Drew over the stability of her young family. The emotional weight of such a decision would be immense, tearing at the fabric of their already fragile bonds. Legal bombshells and custody chaos. Fast forward to the upcoming episodes, and the drama escalates to a fever pitch as Willow finds herself blindsided by a legal ambush. While tending to patients at General Hospital, her focus on providing compassionate care is shattered when a process server approaches her with a stack of ominous documents. The papers, delivered right in the middle of her shift, appear to signal the start of a grueling custody battle. Speculation is rife that Michael, with Jason's backing, has taken the drastic step of filing for full custody of Wiley and Amelia, citing concerns over Willow's recent life choices. The timing couldn't be worse. Rumors suggest the children are currently spending a delightful afternoon with their grandmother, Monica Quartermain, at the sprawling Quartermain estate, leaving Willow to face this gut-wrenching news alone in the sterile hospital corridor. The potential custody fight is fueled by mounting frustrations on Jason and Michael's part. For months, Jason has acted as a mediator, tirelessly working to restore some semblance of harmony to Willow's tumultuous world. He brokered a delicate arrangement with the Quartermains, allowing Willow and the kids to remain in a cozy home on the family's property. The sole condition was crystal clear: Drew, whose reputation has been tarnished by scandal, was strictly prohibited from stepping foot on the estate. Yet, in a stunning display of defiance, Willow broke this rule almost immediately, inviting Drew into the home she once shared with Michael. This act of rebellion didn't just violate the agreement. It sent shockwaves through the family, signaling that Willow was willing to prioritize her personal desires over the emotional security of her children and the trust of those around her. Willow and Drew's reckless decisions. Compounding the issue, Willow's subsequent actions have only fanned the flames of concern. Against the advice of friends, family, and even her own inner doubts, she made the impulsive decision to uproot Wiley and Amelia, moving them into Drew's upscale residence alongside his daughter, Scout Quartermain. This hasty relocation, made mere weeks after her separation from Michael, has left many in Port Charles reeling. Child psychologists often emphasize the importance of stability for young children during periods of familial upheaval, and Willow's choice to thrust Wiley and Amelia into an unfamiliar environment shared with Scout, who is herself navigating her father's controversial past, has been met with sharp criticism. Neighbors and close associates have noted that the children seem unsettled, with Wiley asking poignant questions about when he'll see his father again, and Amelia clinging more tightly to her mother amidst the sudden change. Willow and Drew, however, appear oblivious to the emotional toll their decisions are taking on the children. Their focus seems narrowly fixed on their burgeoning relationship, with candlelit dinners and late-night conversations taking precedence over bedtime stories and family routines. This self-centered approach has not gone unnoticed, particularly by Jason, whose protective nature extends to all the children in his orbit. If he and Michael come to believe that Willow's judgment is irreparably clouded, whether due to Drew's influence or her own inability to prioritize her kids' needs, they may feel compelled to act decisively. Enlisting the sharp legal mind of Diane Miller, they could push for the children to be returned to the safety of the Quartermaine mansion or placed under the nurturing care of Carly Spencer, whose fierce maternal instincts are legendary in Port Charles. The potential unmasking of Drew's schemes. Yet, there's a glimmer of hope that the truth about Drew's machinations might come to light before irreversible damage is done. Jason, ever the investigator, may dig deeper into the circumstances surrounding Willow's rejection at the German clinic. Picture him poring over phone records in the dim light of his apartment, or charming a clinic staff member into revealing the identity of the facilitator who delivered the devastating lie. Should Jason uncover evidence of Drew's bribe, the revelation would shift the narrative entirely. Instead of targeting Willow, the focus would turn to removing the children from Drew's toxic influence as swiftly as possible. The idea that Drew would stoop to such underhanded tactics to isolate Willow from Michael is chilling, hinting at a darker side to his polished exterior that could unravel his standing in the community. The implications of Drew's actions extend beyond the immediate family drama. If exposed, his reputation as a congressman and public figure could take a devastating hit, with local news outlets like the Port Charles Press running sensational headlines about corruption and deceit. Community leaders might call for accountability, while Drew's political rivals seize the opportunity to paint him as unfit for office. For Willow, learning that Drew manipulated her pain for his own gain would be a shattering blow, forcing her to re-evaluate every moment of trust she placed in him. The emotional whiplash of such a discovery could either break her resolve or ignite a fiery determination to reclaim her family and prove her worth as a mother. A world turned upside down. As ABC General Hospital spoilers indicate, Willow's world is on the brink of being flipped upside down by this impending court order. The coming days will test her resilience as a mother, a partner, and an individual caught in a web of deception and heartbreak. Will she fight tooth and nail to retain custody of Wiley and Amelia, or will the weight of her choices come crashing down around her? Could Jason and Michael's protective instincts lead to a reconciliation, or will Drew's influence continue to cast a shadow over their efforts? And what of the children, innocent pawns in this high-stakes game of love and loyalty? How will they emerge from the chaos?